Hi everyone and welcome to today's morning report on Thursday the 28th of August with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hand Tech Markets. The European markets today have started just slightly on the back foot really, and that has come as amid a slight stalling of the gains that we'd seen over the last few weeks. The Wall Street markets have just stalled at that 2,000 level on the S&P 500. Couple of days now, it's traded around there and not really been able to push on. Again, Asian markets were pretty much mixed to slightly lower. For example, the Nikkei was down slightly as that yen has started to claw back some of the lost ground it had. So yen strengthening is generally weak for Japanese stocks, and that's what we've seen overnight. The DAX in Europe has started on the back foot, certainly down 0.6%. FTSE only down about 0.2%. So these markets are seeing a slight bit of profit taking after some decent gains in the last few weeks. In terms of how we're looking on the currency markets, this dollar has just started to just come off the top a bit. That key September high at 82.6 seems to have been a bit of a resistance near term, and there's a bit of profit taking arguably coming in, and you're certainly seeing some sort of support that has been seen on the euro and also sterling, both testing key near term levels. So I'll talk about that in a little bit, but certainly something to keep an eye on. In terms of volatility, slightly increasing yesterday, and that's come on the back of reports of geopolitical tensions just beginning to rise slightly in eastern Ukraine, as reports of Russian armoured vehicles moving into eastern Ukraine, and also artillery fire as well from over the Russian border as well. So a couple of reasons why perhaps that could mean that the peace talks or possible talks between Poroshenko and Putin that are attempting to diffuse the tensions in the region may come under a little bit of strain. So the geopolitical tensions rising tends to be good for safe haven trading, hence why we're seeing a bit of strength for the dollar, for the gold price today, and also the yen as well. So something to keep an eye on there. In terms of data today, we've got a lot more data today. We had nothing yesterday, hence why we saw a very quiet and nondescript trading session. But today you've got lots going on, dominated by Germany in the European trading session. German unemployment 8.55, 6.7% expected there. Nothing too major, but I think the more important reading will be the CPI data that's released throughout the morning for Germany, and is expected to remain flat at 0.8%. But if it dips anything down, maybe 0.7%, then certainly the speculation will grow as to how that will impact on the Eurozone wide figure that is released tomorrow. That Eurozone wide figure is certainly going to be in the minds of the ECB in terms of monetary policy next week. So big knock-on impact that could have today. We've also got the second reading of US GDP at 1:30 this afternoon. Forecast to slightly come down from the 4% annualized figure that we had last few weeks ago for the first flash reading, for the advanced reading, sorry, and the expectation is for 3.9%. At the same time as that, we've also got the jobless claims forecast to come in just again very slightly higher at 300,000, only 2,000 more than last week though. And then we finish off with the pending home sales. That is again expected just to come in slightly higher, 0.5%, so not too much of a change expected on any of these really, on any of these US data today. But any sort of moves that suggest that the US recovery is taking hold and continuing to make traction, I think will give this dollar another boost in the afternoon trading. But that takes me to my chart of the day, which is the DAX. And the DAX has once again rallied through the target, the implied target of the base pattern that was 9,490. But then I'll zoom out slightly here because we're now up to the realms of this big pivot level at 9,600, which throughout the course of 2014 has provided a very interesting stopping area on numerous occasions. 9,600 has been used as the resistance and then support. And once again today, with this slight correction, it looks like the resistance is coming in again. 9,600 was hit yesterday, bang on, and now we've seen a slight correction back today. So that is increasingly an important pivot level, I believe, that we should be looking at on the DAX, and I think it also coincides with the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement of this big sell-off from 10,050 down to 8,903. That comes in at 9,612. And furthermore to that, you've also got this 144-day moving average, not ultimately the best indicator, but still has a basis of has been a basis of support on several occasions through the trending higher, and now could well become the basis of resistance. So several indicators which suggest maybe a slight correction, and that's what we're seeing at the moment today. If you look on the intraday chart, you'll see that this is the move over the course of the past few weeks, and this 55-hour moving average has just become a little basis of support. That comes in at 9,430, so there is certainly room for further correction. You're still trying to correct back. I think you've still got this this gap area that's open around 9,000 and 9,414, which is interesting. And what we've seen early on today is a bit of a gap lower in the trading. So you then start to think about, okay, well, that gap at 9,567 is now open. Sorry, 9,569, which is the closing level yesterday, that is now open. So maybe that is the start of a corrective phase. That could be a breakaway gap, and something that also may result in further correction. But that 55-hour moving average, the red line here on this chart, I think is an interesting gauge that we need to use. Also, that because the fact that it comes in around about the support of this breakout and reaction lows as well. So you could well see a move back towards that 9,400 area, which incidentally, back on this chart again, 9,400 is again a bit of a pivot level. Historically, it didn't really do a great deal on the way up, but certainly that could well become a support again. So maybe 9,400 is something that we need to be looking out for on the way down. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading on the DAX today. Looks like a bit of a corrective day at the moment, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.